So I got an email from somebody, and the title of the email is regarding doing masters in Germany, and I get these kind of emails a lot. But well, this email is different because first of all it came on the Hindi channel, but because it was related to studies, that's why I put it on this channel. And second of all, it is a bit more towards the intellectual side and not like exactly, hey, what are the requirements or what is my profile evaluation and stuff like that. And like those kind of emails actually like annoy me these days, even though I understand this is something that you absolutely need help with and you don't understand that. But after making a lot of videos regarding this, it just becomes really redundant, and that's why I just like rather ignore those emails and focus on the ones which are really actually needing your help. Let me read you the email first so that you know at what page we stand. So, hi Bharat, I've seen a lot of your videos and YouTube channels and I love them. I am currently working in TCS in India. I have 8 years of work experience and I'm currently preparing for masters in Germany in computer science. But my parents at this time are unconvinced with my decision to go to Germany. They think I will go away and will never come back. My father is retired and they think they will become alone, so they want me to get married this year and settle here in India. I too feel guilty that I'm becoming selfish and thinking only about myself and my career. I'm not happy working in TCS and I always wanted to do masters, so now I don't know if I'm doing right, and I also don't want to hurt them or leave them alone or as they are, or they will get old as the time passes. Can you give me any advice? So again, like there are a few different key frames of this story. So first of all, the major thing is that my parents at this time are unconvinced with my decision to go to Germany. I think the main issue with that is if if your parents start holding you back. Like I had a really different experience. My parents, even though sometimes they had to invest money from their pockets and like we were not always like financially well and stuff, at that time they were like, yeah, it doesn't matter, you just go do your thing. For example, it happened when I came for the conference in Germany where I met Alina. I mean, imagine if my parents would have said that, if they would have said that, hey, don't go to Germany because the conference is completely, absolutely unrelated to your field. I would have never met Alina, I would have never thought so seriously about coming to Germany. So I would have never gotten married to Alina and we wouldn't have the life that we have right now. We wouldn't have been able to build all of these different things of which we are so proud of, no? I think this is really the wrong mentality, and I think a lot of Indians face that. A lot of Indians face this absolute immense pressure from the side of parents, both in a sense of guilt and also in a sense of, just them forcing you not to do something that you love to do. And this is why our society has become so absolutely homogeneous. Everybody is an engineer, everybody is a lawyer, everybody is a doctor. That's it, the story ends. Nobody is a musician, nobody is a photographer, like very less people. The percentage of people who are into creative fields is very less because many a times the family's financial situation doesn't support it. Other times the family just doesn't support the idea of doing that. Hey, photography करके कहाँ से पैसे कमाएगा, ये कैसे करेगा, वो कैसे करेगा, ऐसे भीख मांगेगा, बहुत सारी वाहियात बातें होती हैं. I think this is really the majority of the issue, that this is just our culture, and I understand, the parents might feel that you would go abroad, you would never come back. But if the parents, they are happy for you, if they want to see you grow, if they don't want to see you getting depressed in the current situation that you're at, and because that is going to be more difficult. Like right now it is possible that they may not understand it, but in the longer run they would rather like you to be happy and away from them than be close to them and be absolutely depressed. So again, this is just our Indian culture. You can't really do anything about it. Most of the parents that I've talked to, or like the students that I've talked to, they are like this. They face this issue, like most of the parents who are not letting their children go abroad because they're like, hey, how will he do everything on his own? He will just go there, he will marry somebody, he will marry a white woman or something. And like this is like such, I don't know, not an open mentality. I don't really understand this thing. Like, yes, this is how the world is. He will go abroad, he will figure out a life for himself, and he doesn't need your help anymore. And this is exactly the case with you too, Anirban. So again, I don't mean any kind of disrespect at all to the parents or to anybody. It's just my opinion on these things, and this is how the reality is. They think I will go away and will never come back. Yeah, like that's exactly what we discussed about. Like if they fear that, I don't know what can be done to change that. What you can do is, you can stay in contact with them, because with technology all of these things are possible. And when they see you happy, when they see that you're doing well in your life, and when they see that, you know, everything is fine and he's returning in this year or the next one, it isn't going to be so difficult. And afterwards, if you earn a lot of money, you can bring your parents for an investor visa or something, start doing a business here. And I have seen those stories too. For investor visa, I think in Germany you need 300,000 euros. The parents aren't going to get so old real quickly, so, you know, just work really hard, find some job, save some money, and then afterwards you can bring them over for any of these things. In Denmark, the investor visa is just for 100,000 euros or something. So I don't know, like, we are also like, that's why looking towards Denmark too, because I also want my parents to be somewhere around me, but not to be in the exact same home like I am, because it is really important right now. Many of you again might think that, hey, this is like, you don't love your parents or something like that. No, my parents need their privacy. Like, they are a happy couple, they want to do things on their own, and Alina and I, we would need our privacy. So like, this is really important to understand, and this is also the place where a lot of Western women have problems with like Indians, because many a times they just want to keep their parents in the exact same house around them. So for them, for some people who are open, who want to let their children grow and make their own life decisions, it is completely fine. For others who have a bit traditional mentality, it isn't going to sound too good for them, and both of them are right in their own places. So for the person who is really open, for the parents who are really open, they have grown up with that culture, they have learned those values. So for them, in that particular situation, that decision is right. For the other ones who have grown up with a traditional mentality, for them, in that particular scenario, that decision is perfect. So you can't really like say you can just say they are taking a bad decision, because every single person, whenever he's making a decision, he's always right, given the circumstances, given the situation, given the things that he learned, given the values that he learned. But for you as a third person, the decision could be good or bad, not right or wrong. This is again something very important to understand. So my father is retired, and they think they will become alone, so they want me to get married this year and settle here in India. Man, I will never understand this. I will never understand the drama of these arranged marriages. It is sad, to be honest. You know, Anirban, who knows? You come here, you find a woman that you love, with whom you can get married and you can start your own family. And right now, if you're like almost being forced into like this arranged marriage, I don't understand like what's the point of that. I too feel guilty about that, and I'm becoming selfish and thinking only about myself and my career. You should be selfish. When else will you be selfish? Like, this is the exact time to be selfish. When you are like, you know, when you're growing up, till you have your life, till you don't have children, till you are at the age of 28 or 30, when you don't have any kind of responsibilities, that is the perfect time to be selfish. When else will you be selfish? When you have children and then you think about, hey, I want to do a business and I want to build my empire or something like that. No, you cannot be selfish at that time because of having a family, and then afterwards you cannot put them into risk. And that is why so many people, so many entrepreneurs that you see, they are young. They are people who are just coming out of colleges, or sometimes who don't even go to college, and they are just doing their own things because they have the luxury to do it. If you get married and if you settle down somewhere, like, just forget whatever dreams that you were having. So now I don't know if I'm doing right, and I also don't want to hurt them or leave them alone as they are, or they will get old as time passes. Now again, I completely understand the situation of the son and the parents. Yeah, it is how things are, you know. The son, he wants to go out, he wants to explore things, he wants to build a life for himself. The parents, like, I don't know, like, again, like I said, this is a right decision according to their perspective. But for me, it just sounds like so bad. It just doesn't sound right. Like, you should never be limiting your child from his opportunities. Whatever things he can or he can try to achieve in life, you should give the freedom to do that. Now, like, I will really end this video by just saying one thing to you, Anirban. If I would have been stopped by my parents not to go to this ridiculous conference which wasn't related to civil engineering at all, it was related to space something, and if they would have done that, I wouldn't have met Alina. I wouldn't have been studying in TUHH. Maybe I would be studying in some other university. I wouldn't be living in Hamburg. I wouldn't have this channel Bharat in Germany. I wouldn't have the channel Charcha with Chaudhary whatsoever. I wouldn't have my own brand, and I wouldn't have the kind of life that I'm living right now. Just because my parents were too scared that he might not be able to do things on his own, and that he might leave us alone. So this is really the essence of the whole question. This is my opinion on this thing. Now again, try to persuade them. Don't end this into in some kind of conflict, because that is really counterproductive. That doesn't help you, that doesn't help your parents. Try to make them see your side, because you know, that's where your salesmanship kicks in. You have to be communicative. You have to be able to persuade people to do things in your life. This is how things are going to be always. You know, you have to use your skills, you have to use your communication skills, you have to be able to just encourage people or excite people to see what kind of project you're working on, and like, you know, get approval for that. It is also going to be the same in the job, so there is no difference there. So like, how about you start honing your skills right from this moment? Try to talk to them, try to persuade them, try to show them your side, or try to show them this video if it doesn't really offend them so much. If they will watch this video, I'm really sorry if they feel hurt from anything, but this was how I was brought up, and yeah, this is what I think about the situation. But anyways, best of luck. You know, if you have any kind of questions, problems, I'm always here to solve them. You can always write me an email at bharat@bharatingermany.com. so that is for this channel. Any kind issues that you want to discuss which aren't like really too plain in the direction that, hey, you know, just tell me what kind of university I should study in and so on, because those are the questions that you can still figure out by yourself or by taking the help of the professors and so on. So if anybody is having any problems, you can send me the email there at bharat@bharatingermany.com. And for other people who would like to join my mentoring program on Patreon, the link is going to be in the description. It is a community of people who are super motivated, who want to see each other grow, who want to develop their personalities, who want to grow their careers, and we are having exclusive articles every single Sunday in that group, so that it just helps you grow, and everybody's sharing their problems, just discussing, giving constructive criticism and so on. So if you want to be a part of the program, don't forget to join me at Patreon. And anybody else who just wants to be notified of the upcoming videos, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and put the bell notification on, so that whenever a video comes up, you are able to watch it. Thanks a lot for joining in. Thanks a lot for your audience, and see you in the next video. Bye.